Welcome everyone to Unpower Show. My name is Ruth and I'm your host. Today I will be talking a little bit more about myself and also more about what this podcast will be about and podcast slash show, what it will be about. Like I said, my name is Ruth. I am a student. A little bit about my background. I am African. Um, I was born in Africa. My country is Congo. Moved here in the United States since 2008. My family and I been living here, so I was raised here. I speak French, English, and Lingala. I'm more influenced towards French. Also, Lingala and English has also been my language since I moved here. Um, I'm a student. I'm studying criminal justice. Um, and what I want to do about that, I'm between more like focusing on being in a law area. So hopefully that's where I go. My hobbies. What I like to do in my free times, I since I'm a student, mostly I find myself in the library doing my homework and stuff. But if it's not homework, I also like working out here and there. Not consistent with it, but I do work out. I like spending time with my friends. I own a dog, like taking my dog for a walk. If I'm not doing all that, I stay with like focusing on myself, catching up with like a book, which I like to do here and there. And one thing I also do the most is focusing on my skincare, self care, um, pretty much just living the student life. My reason to start this podcast, it is actually, it's not, because it is not, it is more of me wanting to learn from others, also teaching others. I have found myself listening to other podcaster or people just that give motivation speech or talk about things. I My daily life has been improving and seeing myself doing better in life um, because I listen to others. I have one of my favorite podcaster on Spotify. His name is Godwin. He talks about like mental illness, and I have struggled with that just in the life of trying to be adult and catching up with everything. So it has really helped me and helped me also just improve in life, like how to take care of myself, how to, um, just take things easy day by day. Um, so this is the reason of why I also felt like I needed to start this to help others, not only just helping them because of what I know, but also they can come and teach me of what I thought, oh, I know it this way, and they know it this way. The story about me finally also starting this, it has to do with, remember like 6 years ago, or maybe more than that, 8 years ago, I was in high school. I used to be an athlete. Everyone know each athlete, you have a life behind where you get to meet a lot of people, you get to be around people, and I always found myself being outgoing and talking a lot. And I remember having conversation with these random girls that it was a track meeting, track meet, sorry. Um, we were having just a random talk, and then it ended up being about like family dynamic and how like they were like struggling with like just being in the family. And then it was just a deep talk that turned out to be really good. Like we learned so much from each other then while waiting for, the track meet to start. And they all looked at me and asked me, they're like, maybe you should start like a talk show. And I looked at him, I was like, what? But ever since, even like with my friends or the people around me right now, um, I have found myself just, I will have an open conversation with somebody and it end up turning out to be me learning from them or them learning from me. So this is the reason behind me starting this, because I wanted to teach others from what I know and what they also can teach me of what they know. So yeah. All right. With this podcast slash show, my contents will be more focusing on, like I said, I as I have noticed, learning from others and also others learning from me, I definitely want to focus on like self experience. Like I want to talk about what are like the experience like people had in life and what are those experience have helped them, and how they also focused on helping, like how can somebody can learn from them to help them. That is one thing. I also want to talk about like growth. I want to talk about self-care, like the differences, like what are the types of self-cares out there, like people do, and how have they helped them. I want to talk about story. I know I have story that I can, it can turn out to testimony that I know it can help others out there. Those are the things that I wanted to talk about. And I know as a student, there's a lot of things that we learn at school that others out there, they might not be going in school or might not even be in the same major with what I'm going to school for. And we can teach each other like, hey, with your major, what can you learn what can you teach somebody out there with what, the school have taught you. And I also want to talk about stories. It would definitely be fun. We can do jokes, but it's more of like a lot of grown. Like I want to help this generation and this generation to help the next generation coming. That's pretty much my focus with this podcast slash show on Parle. I started my self-love journey, and the way I also stay motivated. Um, First, it was a kind of hard decision to make. Like you never know, like you going through something until like it hit you, and you have to either like give up all the way or stand up and do something about it. Um, Obviously, like my self love journey, it has to do with trying to like focus on me. I kind of like made a selfish decision when it comes to that. Like, I have to take care of me. Like, if I need a nap and somebody was calling me, no, I'm just kidding. I would still go help the person, but it's like if I need to sleep, I need to sleep. If there's a party, I have a homework to do, I'm gonna go get my homework done. If there is like, if I'm not feeling well to do nothing that I cannot do, I would take that time of me trying to figure out, okay, how do I motivate myself to do something? How do I stay together? I'm losing it. Okay, what do I do? I'm gonna sleep today, and then tomorrow I gotta do something. What motivate me? I found myself like leaning on like working out. I have a dog, so I take my dog on a walk a few times and just like leaning on my dog, like take my dog to a dog park, talk to friends, and spending time with the loved ones out there. My goal, my goal in Exploration Live is to definitely not give up no matter how life hit me. And obviously, I'm going to school right now to become what I want to be, and I'm working so hard for that. I definitely want to look back and tell myself like, yeah, I did it. Like I'm where I needed to be, and to become more than what I even thought that I couldn't be. We just see people out there And it's like, wow, like Michelle Obama married Barack Obama. Like I could never like, thought, oh yeah, it will be me, but I know I can do something to also just, surprise myself too. So that's definitely one of my goals, and is to just take life day by day and do the best that I can. Why did I choose criminal justice major? Um, First, it just something in me that I want to help others. Um, I When I was younger, I didn't know how like I wanted to help others. I think when I was younger, I love animals, and I'm pretty sure everybody around me knows that. But it was more of like I was like an animal person, so I didn't know what to do. But growing up, especially when I got to high school, like it hurt me to just see like one day you'll sit there and then there is like a cop outside picking up a kid who got in trouble, fought a teacher, got, did something, and I started noticing like, why is that? Like I remember started asking myself a question like, why those kids are like that, and why do I like feel a lot of different, no judging anything, but I started looking at like ways of like who actually helped those children's, like beside the cops arresting them, like where do they go, and after that, like what happened to them, so that's when like I remember like my senior year I was like looking into major. I think I chose two. It was like either going straight to law school or criminal justice. And criminal justice really like it felt like something just I needed to start with. I didn't know exactly what to do in criminal justice because, like, most people when they say criminal justice, like, oh, do you want to be a cop? That was not one thing, of course, that I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to help people somehow. And obviously, going to school, learning more about it, it opened my eyes. Like in criminal justice major, there's a lot of things that you can do. Right now, definitely looking forward to become a juvenile probation officer because I want to work with kids, and it has been something that I, you know, thought about even since high school. And then it's like, I want to help them because I feel like when you help somebody because they're young, it's easier to catch their mistake and help them fix it. Other than when they're old, they already did a lot of mistake, and it's just hard to go back and like restart over or change it. Like, yeah, you can restart a life, but like it's just hard to like erase all that. So that is why I wanted to I started a criminal justice major, and it opened my eyes to do many things. Right now, that is my main focus, but also I am still looking forward to, you know, work with lawyers or becoming a lawyer myself, especially an immigrant lawyer, just because I am an immigrant child and was, you know, coming from America and all that. Like I want to do that. So I am in between for right now. Yeah. The way I manage school, work, social life, and everything else, like I said before, I take it day by day. Um, Definitely hasn't been easy, especially living far away from home, by yourself, trying to keep a part-time job, full-time student. It's no joke, but the way I look at it, it's like, it's part of life. Everybody else out there do it. I can do it. Um, I just take it day by day. I know for sure, like when I cannot work, I take my rest. When I cannot do schoolwork, I take my rest. But I make sure like I get things done when they need to be done. I struggle like every other student out there, but my main thing is I try to do my best. And I have been blessed to have like flexible job where also like you have supervisor who understand you, go with your schedule. So that is one thing like I thank God every day. But when it comes to just like getting taking care of everything, I try to take it day by day. And with social life, I know my friends, would judge me with this, like they always do, like, why you're a homebody? Why do you never want to do anything? I try my best to still come out there, have fun, do things with my friends to distract myself a little bit, because life is not all, it's not all about going to school, going to work. Like, it would kill you. But between those two, I also try to, like, the way I, like, sometimes I will like ghost my friends or like stay away from people. I try to like stay with myself, like recharge myself again. Like, what should I do with myself? Like, hey, why am I falling behind? Like, what do I need? What part of me need to be focused so I can get back on track? So that is definitely one thing that I do with myself. But other than that, I love spending time with my friends. Um, going out. People be like, you go out every week, but yeah, I do. Like, my goals for 2022, like we say each year, you want to, not start over. I stopped, I stopped saying that. New year, new me. No, I definitely stopped saying that. But my goal this year is just, again, to look back, what happened in 2021, obviously what did not work, what worked, and how I can change things. Lately, I have been working on myself a lot, doing better. Like I say, like, I notice really, like, self-care, it's not just about saying you want to do self-care. It's actually taking the step of doing it. Like, and I have been focusing on like what to do to keep me together. Um, so my goal really, it's obviously finishing school, um, finishing school, um, get on the right track with, my job, get on the door. Obviously, this podcast slash show, it's one thing I wanted to, follow up with out there. Keep it up, trying to learn from others and teach others what I know, and just enjoy life as best as I can. I cannot do it, you know, I cannot do it like, oh, as much as better I will probably never thought, but I'm taking it day by day, and obviously just enjoy life as much as I can with the people that I love, um, and just be myself. With this podcast, obviously my goal, or my goals, it is to, again, I would say it 1,000 times, to teach others and also learn from others. Put as many contents that I can out there. I would try to have my time to do that. And this is for everyone out there. So I hope that you guys stay tuned. Um, let me know what I'm doing wrong. As you guys can see, this video, I was a bit nervous. First try to do my best, and I can do wrong things here and there, but I would love to get feedback from you guys, things that maybe I am discussing and also you guys want to add up to. I'm an open mind type of person. Like, I want to hear from my audience, like what they want me to share or talk about, or maybe do a little bit better next time. Like, I'm open minded. I want this to be a part of, like, everyone as much as it's a part of me, and everyone to feel comfortable to reach out to me, because like I said, I'm very open-minded. And like I said, this podcast, it will be a lot of self-experience, because I don't want people to just like talk about things like because they want to talk it out. I want something like it happened to you and you want to teach others. And how did you overcome your story? How did you overcome your trauma? How did you overcome your experience with what you know? How can you teach people or others to do better than you? Because it's nothing bad to let people know and your mistakes, and then other also to learn from you. And the next generation, that's literally my biggest focus, is to teach the next generation to do better than us, because as we see society nowadays, there's a lot of that happens. So we want to teach the next generation how to be better. All right, y'all. That was it for today. I hope you guys learned a little bit about me and about the reason why I decided to start this podcast slash show on Parle. Um, I'm coming for you guys with more contests, so stay tuned, please, with me. Until next time, on Parle. Bye.